Hello friends, welcome again. So in the previous session we have talked about pattern matching and we have seen using the like operator, and moreover we have seen the regular expression way of doing more complicated filtering. In this session I intend to cover count and order by. Order by. Now you might ask me, Sumit sir, we have already covered, why are we covering again? So remember, I just touched on it. I want to now take little more examples because these two are important keywords that you should know. So count and order by, both are separate, but I will be covering count and order by separately. So let's talk about count. Okay, let's talk about count. By the way, for this demonstration, I need the employees table, which you would already have, and the customers table. So both the tables we have created earlier, these two will be used based on whatever the creation script was there and insert scripts were there earlier. So I am not talking about how I have created. I can just show you. Select star from employees, and you should be able to see the employees table. You can see this. There are 32 records, only 32, right? We have created it earlier. And select star from customers. This has a lot of records. So this has 12,435 records, and we have created both of these tables earlier. So I won't be recreating it now. So in case if you have not created, please do create. Now let's say I'll talk about the customers table first. I want to get the count of total records here. I say count star, right? Count star from customers. And this gives me 12,435. I'll just write uh, gives the number of records in customers table. Okay, fine. Now, let's say I want to find how many customers are from California state, right? So we have, if I just do a star, you see there is some column which is referring to the state, right? Customer state, and CA is California. So select star from customers where uh, customer state equal to CA, right? That's what I want. Now, instead of doing a star, I do not want to see those records. Rather, I want the count of those records. So I say count star. Select count star from customers where customer state equal to CA. And let's see how many. There are 2012 records, right? So 2012 customers are from California, right? Okay. Number of customers from CA, California. I hope this makes sense. Okay. Now, you might be thinking, what is the star? What do I mean by that? See, if we just say star, it would give me all the records, isn't it? It will give me all the records, and I want to count those, right? I want to count those. So now you think that I am giving star, that means it is printing the all the records which are from California. What if I would say select Sumit from customers where customer state equal to CA? You might say it does not make sense. But what I'm trying to say, that customer state equal to CA will match, let's say 2012 records. So for all 2012 rows, Sumit will be displayed, right? Sumit will be displayed for 2012 rows. You can see this, right? 2012 times Sumit is displayed. So if I say star, that means instead of hard coding, the actual values are displayed, right? So, but if I say select one from customers where customer state equal to CA, that means one will be displayed how many times? It will be 2012 times, because this filter condition gives me 2012 rows. And for each of the row, I want to print one. I'm not printing any of the column values or something, rather, I'm printing one, right? So I can even do count of 1. Please count how many ones are there. Please count how many ones are there, right? But since this filter is returning me 2012 records, the number of ones are 2012 and it should give me the same result, right? So I'll just write it. So this also gives you the same thing. Count 1. I hope this is clear. Now you can see the name of this column is count 1. I can say as total. I can give a alias as total, right? You can see I have given a alias to this using this as keyword, right? Okay, so this is fine. Now I have an employees table also. So let me just open that select star from employees that has very limited records. I guess 32 only, right? So you see there are 32 records. How do I get the count of it? Select count star from employees, of course. Very simple. Or count one from employees. All of this is fine. Now, let's say I want to get a count of all employees who have salary more than 50,000, right? Get number of employees who have salary greater than 50,000. How do I run this query? I can say select select count star, right? Count star from employees where salary greater than 50,000, because you consider that if I say just select star from employees where salary greater than 50,000, it give me all the records. Now I want a count of that, right? So it gives me all the number of employees who have salary greater than 50,000. Let's see. Let me try to run this. And you can see there are 15 employees. Out of 32, there are 15 employees who have salary more than 50,000. Right? By the way, select star, I mean, count star or count one will give me the same answer actually, will give me the same result. Now, what if I want to find out, uh, get number of employees or count of employees instead of number, I like count is a better word. Get count of employees who have a manager, who have a manager, uh, or who report to a manager, who report to a manager. So let me just say select star from employees just to see what data we have. Okay, so you can see employee ID 1, first name, last name, department, salary, hire date, email, phone number, job title, right? And manager ID. This is important. Now, if someone has a manager ID, that means this this person Jane reports to someone whose manager ID is 1, right? For those who have null or no manager ID, they do not report to anyone. So I want to find that, okay, all the people who report to someone, right? How do I count that? So if I say select count star from employees, right? If I say select count star from employees, this give me 32 record. But this is not what I want. Rather, I want how many people report to a manager, right? So instead of saying star, I can give that column name which is manager ID. I can give manager ID, right? And what it will do, it will give me 29. That means how it has worked. It has it has given all the records, or it has counted all the records where some value is there, but wherever null is there, it has not counted nulls, right? So in such cases you might have to give count of column name. So I'll just put that, right? So in such cases, instead of saying count star or count one, you give count of column name for what column you want to count the number of values, right? It won't count nulls. So if there are null values, it won't count. In our case, we got 29 because three of the values were null, because those are the people who do not report to anyone, right? Who might be managers by themselves. I hope this is clear. So you got to know count star and count one is almost the same, and count of column name is different. It won't count the nulls. It won't count the nulls, right? Now let's say my what I want is I want to get a count of employees who are not managers, right? Who are not managers, and their salary is more than 50,000. Get count of employees who are not managers. That means who would be reporting to someone, right? And their salary is more than 50,000. So, what I mean to say, who are not managers, with that, I mean to say that they report to someone. That's what I want, right? They should be reporting to someone and their salary is more than 50,000. How do I build that query? Let me just take this. Select count manager ID from employees where salary greater than 50,000, right? I just take this and if I run, there are just 12 people whose salary is more than 50,000 and they are not working as a manager or they are reporting to someone and their salary is more than 50,000, right? So I think this with this way we have covered count of star, right? Sometimes you might get confused with count of one, so I have even talked about it, right? Or count of some column name, count of column name, whatever column name it is, right? So count of column name is mostly when you want to find the non null values, not null values inside that. I hope this is clear. So if the value is null, it won't count for that. And there can be use cases as I discussed. So that's about count, and that should be good enough. Now, talking about order by. Order by. Okay. Order by. We have touched on this last time also, but now I want to take little more examples. So let's say I want to, we have this employees table, right? Select star from employees. Okay. I'll just see this. Okay. So now I want to sort or order this data based on salary. Select star from employees where sorry, order by salary. Now, if I do not give anything like DESC or something, if I just leave it like this, by default it's a ascending order. It sorts based on ascending order. So if you see, the smallest value will be at the top and the highest value will be at the bottom, right? So with this way, I am able to get employees sorted based on their salary. Now, if I want to sort it in descending order, I have to say DESC, right? I give this DESC, and then it sorts in descending order. That means the highest salary will be at the top and the lowest salary will be at the bottom. Now, if I say ASC, that's implicit because even if I do not give ascending order, by default it is ascending. ASC stands for ascending order. That means the smallest will be at the top and the highest will be at the bottom. So it's as good as not mentioning this, right? So it's almost the same. Not almost, it's exactly the same, right? Okay. So I think this should be fine. Now I'll just copy this there. Okay. Now, what I want is, I want uh, five employees who are paid the maximum, or five employees with the maximum salary. How do I do that? That's where if we say five employees with highest salary and some, so limit clause is very much preferable here, right? So select star from employees, order by salary DESC, because then highest will be at the top, and we just want to limit it to five. That means we want to take the first five records, and you can see these are the top five employees with the highest salary, right? Order by limit. This combination do wonders when you have to say top 5 or bottom 5, like that, more like ranking kind of, right? I hope this is clear. Now, let's say I want to sort it based on salary in descending order, and then the second column, like if you see there is a tie 61,000, 61,000, then department id 3 is coming at top and 1 is here, and here 60,000, 60,000, then department id 1 is coming in 2, so that means department id do not have any sorting, right? So I want sorting based on two columns. First column is salary, and if there is a tie in salary, then I want sorting to be done on department ID, let's say, right? So, how is this possible? So, select star from employees, order by salary, DESC, comma, right? Department, department ID, ID. And now let's say I want to sort it in ascending order. So ASC or not required, whatever, right? So you can see 62,000, right? There is no tie. So of course, whatever department, fine. 61,000 and 61,000. So in this department for these two rows, the smaller department will be at the top because in ascending order of department ID, it's sorted. And 60,000, 60,000. So again, 1 and 2. So you can see it's two levels of sorting, but the second level of sorting only comes in play when there is a tie or values, there are same values, right? Duplicate values. For example, 61,000 coming two times, 60,000 coming two times. If it is coming one time, then what sorting we will do? Nothing, right? For the second column. So I hope this would make sense. So this is the way we can sort for multiple columns also. Just want to show how to sort for multiple columns. It's very easy, right? Okay. Now, let me just show you one thing. Let me show you one thing. Let's say, uh, let's say I just remove this. I want select. Right now, I was doing a star. That means all the columns. Okay. Now I will select first name or select employee ID, comma first name, comma last name, right? From employees order by salary DESC. Now, will this work or not? Now, you might think why I am asking this. Will this work or not? I am asking because some change I have done that in this select statement, I am not having this salary column, right? So, in this select, I am not having the salary column. Then, can I order by salary? Right? I'm having three different other columns, right? But not the salary column. Earlier we were doing a select star. That means we were selecting all the columns and salary column was also selected because when we were doing star, every column was there. Now, this differs from star in the sense that we are giving limited columns and the column based on which I want to order by is not present in the select clause. So will this work? Will this work? This will work. So what this boils down to, this means it's not necessary to have the order by column as part of select. I'll write it. Important thing to note, it's not necessary, very important, you make a note of it, to have the order by column as part of the select statement, right? And I have proved it this way. And I will tell you why this has worked. Later, I will tell you when I talk about internals in my upcoming session, right? But for now, you make a note that even if you are not selecting it here, you can still order by based on that, right? Important thing that you should be making a note. And this is how I have proved. Okay. Now, let's say, I do a star here. I do a star here. and I again run. I see all the columns, that's fine. Now let's say I'm saying the salary of these employees is incremented by 10%. Right? There was some promotion cycle, and let's say hike were given, and the salary of employees is increased by 10%. So let's say I want one more column where salary should be increased. That means I want to derive a new column. How do I derive a new column? So I'm selecting all the columns by saying star, comma, comma, and now what I want to say is salary, salary plus salary plus salary into point 0.1. That means 10%. This is 10% of salary plus salary that will give me, right, whatever new salary is, right? So select star, comma, salary plus salary into this from employees order by salary DSC. What will we will get now? Let's see. So I am getting all whatever was earlier, but I am getting one extra column where salary is increased by 10%. Where is that column? Towards the right. You see this 68,200, because how 62,000 plus 10% will be 68,200, 61,000 plus 10% will be 67,100, right? Again 60,000 plus 10% 66,000, so on. And now you see the name of column is salary plus salary into point 0.1, because whatever we have given, that is the name of column. Let me give a alias to this as I will say revised salary, revised salary. Now, if I show you, the name of column would change, revised salary, right? So this is a derived column. Now, is your table changed or is your table data changed? No, the table is still that. It's just that while selecting, all of these things are shown to you, right? Because you have calculated and seeing it, but your data still remains the same. It's not making a change to your data as such. We are not changing it, right? It's a DQL statement. You are querying it. You are not making any modifications to the actual data. It's not a DML statement, right? I hope this makes sense. You're not updating the data. You're not inserting it. You're selecting it. While selecting, you are doing some things just to see it that way. Okay. Now I want to ask you, what if I want to order it based on revised salary? Will this work? Will this work? Will it work if I put revised salary like a derived column here? This will still work. This will still work. And you can see this, right? Ideally, your output will remain almost the same like previous one, because if you do order by based on revised salary or salary, it gives you the same result. But I want to show you that you can even do a order by based on any derived column. So I will even write that here, right? So we can order by based on any derived column, right? So it's important. Two things I have said. It's not necessary to have the order by, right? It's not necessary to have the order by column as part of the select statement. That means even if you're not selecting that and mentioning it in order by, it will work. And we can order by based on derived columns also. I just derived this column and I can order by based on this, right? Now, let's say I kind of take this, right, and remove this part. Select star from employees, order by this, right? Will it work now? That means I want to order by this. Will this work? This will still work. This should still work. And it should still work the same way, right? That means directly I'm putting the expression here, it will still work. So, kind of, I'm just saying that I just want to show you few scenarios where order by is still working, right? Even if the column you have not selected, even if it is a derived column, or you're directly putting an expression here, order by is still working. I'll just put this also. That's almost the same thing, right? And later you will get to know why this is working, these things are working. But for now, you just make a note of it, right? For now, you just make a note of it, because these are important interview things, actually, whatever I am saying right now. So, with this, what have we covered? We have covered count and order by. Count and order by. And I have shown you various examples. I believe this should be helpful for you. And just remember these scenarios without thinking why it has worked or why it has not. Because in my upcoming sessions, right, probably one or two sessions later, I'll talk about those internals so that you will understand and logically say that, yeah, this should have worked. Right now, I'm not talked about why this has worked, but just it's a fact that it will work. That's how you know it right now. So, with this, let me end the session and I hope you liked it. Thanks a lot.